TxStampin Sharon. I am bringing you a very pretty card today, and it's from a new set called Good Morning Magnolia. It is featured in the new annual catalog from Stampin Up. It's so pretty, and I'm going to show you another idea that you could use with the set. Plus, I'm going to introduce you to the gorgeous Designer Series papers. So, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, you need to do that below. After you subscribe, hit that little notification bell. If I can ever help you with any of your Stampin' Up! Supply needs, let me know. Here is my card, and I have a little story behind this card. I actually used it for my teams. We do a mystery stamping, and it's all virtual. I give them clues, little mystery clues, and they complete the project. I don't tell them what stamp set, what colors, nothing. I just give them measurements. I tell them like a large outline type of stamp that you could color in, and everyone's look different. A few people did pick my stamp set. However, you could use it for any stamp set as using this layout. So I am using items from the Magnolia Lane suite. Beautiful flowers, beautiful paper. You can actually get the entire bundle. Like, I love the easy buttons where you just key in one number, one press, you get everything. Everything that you think you might want. I know if you're like me, you don't always get everything at once and you go, oh, I should have got that folder, I should have got that paper or whatever. So, however, you can also get just the bundle, and that is the cutouts for the images and the stamp set, and you can save 10%. Here is the stamp set and the paper. Okay, look at that paper. I love, love, love how Stampin' Up! Is giving us much bigger images so that we can actually see the paper. However, I'm going to show it to you today as well. Look how pretty. Okay, I think I sorted it so that, yes. Okay, so there's one. Love it. I mean, you could combine the papers, okay? Here's another one. And another one. One more. And then I think there is... Okay, so then there's that one. Now I'm going to show you the backs. It's just so pretty. Okay. As a demonstrator, I was able to pre-order some of this stuff. And this is the ribbon. So the ribbon is almost like a soft linen. It's very soft and pliable. And then this is a baker's thread, okay, baker's twine. So we have that. Here's the stamp set. Here is the framelits. Lots of big images. And on today's card, let me bring that back in. I used the rectangle stitch framelits. I'm telling you, these are like my go-to for so many things right now. I don't know if it's just because they're fairly new. I mean, I think we've had them since January, but I love these framelits. I have all my cardstock cut. I am using Mossy Meadow, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored and folded at 5 1/2. I used a piece of Petal Pink, and I'm going to go ahead and add this to my card front while I have it in my hand. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I will have all the measurements listed in the description box below. So I know I'm talking kind of fast, and it's hard to keep up with me sometimes. I've already cut out my one layer. This is just, I'm going to call this my Whisper White Scrap, and I cut it out with it is the framelit that is 2 1/2 by 4. And I'm actually going to just place that right on in the center of my other layer. And this layer is actually 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And so I'm going to set that right there. If this kind of stresses you out about not getting it straight or something, you could add a little glue dot or something underneath. I'm going to use some Memento ink. So yeah, when I gave my stamping friends, my team, the clues, I just said, place the cardstock on the other layer. Some of them did it sideways. I mean, it's fun because you don't know how they interpret your clues, but, oh, I think I need a bigger piece of paper. It's such a big stamp. I needed to get another piece of paper. Whoops, we're gonna. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp right there. It's a big stamp. Okay. It was actually inspired by a card that I saw on Pinterest. It wasn't using the stamp set. It was using, I want to say Brand X stamps. It wasn't a Stampin' Up stamp. But I just loved this card idea. Now the key is going to be if I left enough room for my sentiment. I believe when I told my team, I made them stamp the sentiment first, okay? Which that might help you at home as well. All right, while I have my stamps out, and I'm going to let that just kind of dry for a minute. I have a brand new pad and it's very juicy. And so I don't want to smear that black. This is a layer that's going to go on the inside. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And it says, thinking of you, the journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. Okay. So now that I have this stamped, we will add this to the inside. You notice I'm not using the beautiful designer series papers on this card. This was just one that I did with my team. All right, so since this is in my hand, we'll go ahead and add this. We're just going to center that right on there, like that. And now we're going to color just this layer. I love to use the Stampin' Blends. They are my coloring tool of choice. You could use anything. I am trying to decide what colors to use. I did follow the colors on the designer series paper. So I'm just going to color the leaves. The Stampin' Blends come in a dual pack, or you could buy it as a combo pack, and I love it because I like to just pretend I'm an artist and come back in and just follow the artist's outline of the stamped image. Taking the more pointed end, there's two ends, and then I'm just going to blend just to kind of soften up the lines that I colored in. And I'm sure on the video it's very hard for you to see, but I just love how it looks. All right, I'm only going to use the lighter of the Petal Pink. And I'm just going to come from the front out. Like I said, I just followed the pattern or the design on the designer series paper. Very little coloring. And I see I missed a leaf down here. We're going to pop this on with some dimensionals. All right, so keep that in mind. I want to show you a boo-boo I did. You know, if you've watched any of my videos, I make mistakes. I'm human. But what I love to do is to tell you what not to do, or show you how to fix it. That's like my motto. I'm the queen of boo-boos, but let's fix it. Okay, so we're going to bring this back in, and we are trying to match up where we stamped before so that everything lines up. Pretty good. There you go. So on my other card, I believe I did color. I did. I added a little flower at the bottom, which you could do that. I want to show you another card I did after I colored my pearls. I just remembered. Now I'm using the dark Petal Pink, and I'm just going to color some of the jewels. It's such a faint tint, but I thought it helped give a little bit more color to my card. I don't think you can do that with markers. Water-based markers, it would not stick. All right, so we're going to lift this one up. We're going to put one right there. We're going to add one right here. And another one right there. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other card. This one I did, and I added Wink of Stella. I could go back and do that for this one. I did use the baker's twine, but I stamped first. Kind of stamped off, just like I did here. Then I stamped another one on a layer of Whisper White thick cardstock, because that is what's recommended for the Stampin' Blends, or shimmery white. And then I cut it out with the framelits. So I told you I was going to show you my boo-boo. So see how I stamped that? I colored it with the Stampin' Blends. I'm like, oh no, I didn't do that, but I did. I did it. So that's what I don't want you to do, so don't do that. And I was going to show you another card I did. This is one that I did, but I colored in. You see that? I didn't like it as much. Not because of the stamp, but because I just like that little touch of color in the middle. I sure hope y'all love this card. I thought it was beautiful, easy, very little coloring. Love that. You could use this layout for any stamp set similar to this one, but if you want the Good Morning Magnolia, it is now available. Happy stamping, y'all.